as we were chit-chatting about with our lovely late IHP show, the other one, your 5D mystic here. We, functional adults, know love because we can use our minds wisely. Why? Because we have no low self-esteem or trauma charges. So we know how to handle the emotions, the unconscious stuff that comes up from our body, which is why we take leaps of faith in love all the time, not just sometimes. Oh, and we don't worry when they don't text us back because we don't have a shame button. It's called when your sense of self is yours and you're self-reliant. And that's on what? Oh, my own sense of self-worth. So when you do know how to use your mind wisely, you're not a pattern like the adaptive child behavior pattern, which could make use of a good therapist. It would be cool, and more than just cool. It would be great for them so they could get out of pent-up anger that is projected with contempt and disgust towards another human being that they decide to fuck, that they then decide not to text back, that they then decide to, put on pedestals, take down, put on, put down. So the shame cycle, the blame, the fault, and the revenge, they're really not comfortable for any human being that is living them. In the meantime, movies make it look like they're badass somehow and that there's superheroes and supervillains. And we're all like, wow, the smart people, that is, the functional adults. Oh, believe me, there's plenty of us out there. We just don't mingle and tingle with the movie people because they want to say that, what was it? Well-being is fucking boring. Yeah, so some people, they go on the pages, and that's YouTube, platforms where people are healing from narcissism, and they begin sentences with being well, living well is boring, is fucking boring. Not even just boring. I'm thinking, how old is this person? Because the only time I actively heard people being like stupid like that was as an adolescent, but then I forgot there are grown-ups who think catch me if you can is actively something that still can happen. So yeah, when you meet the 1 to 7 from that forensic criminologist, Michael Stone, yeah, he's interesting because the 1 to 7, they could use a good therapist so they could avoid getting in trouble for the wrong reasons because they go and hang out with the wrong people because they don't know boundaries, the healthy type, because they continue to fear inadequacy because of their childhood trauma and their distorted lens. Yeah, that's not evil. I told God, I said, hey, there's all this suffering. Jesus told me what to do. Those people out there, they keep blaming Lucifer and, I know about free will and you gave us an option, choose love and kindness or choose not. And suffering will follow you, and it's true. You know what gut wrench torn apart is? It's trauma from people who don't know they have it, and then they want to drink and fuck and do drugs, and they say that they're living a high life. And you're thinking, no, you're not. The numbness and void is actively you not living a highlight of anything. You can't get dysregulated, modulated out of your body by going to therapy. Let me make sure you understand. You can't blame a demon in 2024. There's a Patrick McNamara neuroscientist who explains how the brain works. So, this is the part that I know will be the part for those human beings who are so being well is fucking boring. Yeah. I'm going to make sure you understand. Your 1-year-old didn't want this. Your 2-year-old didn't. Your 3-year-old didn't. And a mother locking their children up in a room, letting them know the day after that they had been fed when they hadn't, and they went starving, doesn't justify anything. No, we have the laws to ensure our safety. I'm trying to share with you, there's no Lucifer to blame. There's trauma. It's called sciences. And I'm the woo-woo spiritual lady. So if you ask Maria, is there evil out there, Maria? Well, I'm going to have to let you know that finally I met some smart academics who said, we really shouldn't be calling any human being inherently good and evil. And I still get, I find it hard to believe them. First 3 years of life. Yes, anger, disgust, surprise, contempt, shame, envy, jealousy, all those emotions that all these human beings think is evil. I contemplated the word because I got taught it. I said, hey, God, not sure about this evil stuff. And then I got older and I got smarter because I got educated. And I never heard God say, don't go to college. No, in fact, I didn't hear remain ignorant and remain in the forest and still stay with our ancients. So some people, I don't really know where they're at. But anyways, let's get back to the ones of us who use our mind. So that's where the people who are ignorant, we leave them alone. They think we're demons, especially a Reiki master, Akashic record reader. You do yoga, there's demons all over the place. Apparently that's a favorite word of people who don't like to learn about attachment trauma, as well as making sure we know that a man will fuck us, feel contempt, disgust, and shame, as if that's supposed to make me feel ashamed of fucking people. And I feel sad for that human being man. I'm going to think you really should go to therapy. And I don't even know why you're listening to a man like that who doesn't tell you, hey, by the way, go to therapy, all of you. Like every single one of you who feels like that once you're done fucking someone. That's really not necessary at all. Yeah, I know, right? You'd think they would know that. But lo and behold, I went to college and I spent buttloads of money. So did other people as they fucked around and would wake up miserable and tell me about it. And I'd be like, then don't do it. No. Yeah, you can choose not to. No, okay, yes, you can. You're in college. I know there's therapists somewhere. No, again, wow. Okay, you know what? I'm going to say Albert Einstein, you're awesome. Here, stay away from negative people. They have a fucking problem for every solution. And the human suffering, Maria, there's laundry in my body. No, it's called your embodied brain. You can get resilient if you choose to repair the ruptures and stop projecting your upset at other human beings. So here's why, functional adults, we don't ruin a good thing because we know how to use our mind. Yeah, all of it. So we don't do this thing called, let me pretend that the shame cycle, inner critic and outer critic, is me balancing my thoughts and emotions. It's not. No, we know how to sit in silence with the Jacob brain of, I have thoughts and emotions. That's fair and square. I'm a part of human beings. I have groups. Yeah, I do. I love my groups. Yeah, you know what? So the functional adult brain, we know how to do this. Oh, and we don't need direction though. We know how to wield. So the Fibonacci, let's talk about that one because it came through wanting to be shared. This Fibonacci, famous Italian mathematician who discovered a specific sequence of numbers that are at the core of many spiral forms that we find throughout nature. From seashells to sunflower heads to leaf arrangements in plants. Spirals are like ongoing circles, but they never close, symbolizing life never repeats the same exact cycle twice. This is the way that the universal life force ensures ongoing growth and evolution. In fact, that's why an expanding piece of consciousness like me will tell you I haven't changed. I've consistently expanded. And actually, once I finally got into the Enlightenment Soul Age group, and then I was finally all completely in my restorative embodiment self after light body, and think rainbow body, or light body, and then rainbow body, and then another 2 energy expanding bodies. And I think that this past year I had another one, but it was a lot better because now I'm finally expanded to the point where I'm pretty much in my physical mastery. So my panic attacks, they're all good. My channeling is perfection. It's mwah. And that's because also functional adults know unconditional love. So we don't actually do any of what the 4D do. There's no demons coming out of the sky or the earth. And on that note, yeah, so Fibonacci, the mind of a person who's an expanding piece of consciousness. Oh, and you can get here with personal development. Once you're ready to be an emotionally mature and mentally mature person and actually be a smart human being who's not a pattern. So Fibonacci is what I am personally. It's like I'm always expanding. I grew more loving, not less. And moving into polyamory is because, again, when we know a good thing, we'll say, you're a good thing. I like you. Not a little bit, a lot. I'm using my mind. I know I won't change my mind. I trust that this great mystery is going to unfold in the way that love does. The leap of faith is it's always going to be more love. And you know what people say? No, it won't. Yes, it will. No, love dies. No, it doesn't. It actually stays on all the time. But that's for the functional adults. So when you are a person who has secure attachment, life does not get boring, but you need to want to do emotions, which again, we have a Zen master who tells you all about laundry. So he doesn't know what it's like. Oh, and we also have other scientists, people who tell you that nature makes you suffer and they continue to tell you have to suffer. No, it's that you have emotions. If you work with your thoughts, the left mode, and the emotions that come up and say, ooh, I'm not going to be blue. I'm going to say, what's going on here? Hey, let me go talk to someone. And then continue with self-worth and healthy self-worth and maintain your heart, body, value body. It's very straightforward. It said, I want to be a decent human being to all other people. I will treat you the way I want to be treated. Integrity. I will tell you the truth and I will stand in my moral principles. I will not affect your life physically, emotionally, or mentally. And that is how we do it. living a life beyond the solo self, true spirituality. It has meaning and connection. We're human herd, getting our hands together to bring forth more love, not less love. So we can't ruin it.